Good day, fellas. I hope you're ready for your daily dose of skill. And today we are going to start the, in a way, new series digging deeper about the tank gameplay. So, for example, today's title and today's series is going to be top 3 tank destroyers tier 8 premium tanks for playing aggressively. So aggressive players can find the premium tanks which more likely would fit their style and which are good premiums. Not to feature some kind of Kakos Jack Tiger 88 because this is outdated thing, right? But actually feature the tanks which are good and which is nice and which is just simply made to play aggressively and you can do the good stuff. I think this is an excellent idea. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Obviously this continuation would be the best sniper schnitzels where the tank destroyers goes, or the most versatile tank destroyers, as an example, the tank with which you can play aggressively or snipe depending on the situation and whatnot. Pretty much we have unlimited opportunities, right? So hopefully this is something what you want to see, and hopefully you are excited about this as I am. And first, TS5 in action. Okay, fellas, and the very first tank in our list is almighty TS5. I mean, whenever I'm thinking about the TS5, I think about it as a good tank and the tank that is created to play aggressively. So today we will try to demonstrate it. I must admit this is not my very first game playing with TS5 for this recording, and I can promise you that, fellas, the amount of the artists or amount of the tier 10s I've seen before, whoa. So quick disclaimer that every and each game is different, right? If you are bottom tier, you need to be a bit more humble. You cannot go in front like crazy mother trucker and expect to slap literally everyone out of the game. It doesn't work this way. Meanwhile, fellas, keep this in mind if you want to see more gameplay with one or another tank. Index is there for you, or you want to see the tank ratings by me or by the community over there. You can see absolutely everything. That being said, let's try to play aggressively and let's try to make this tank work, shall we? The first things first, what I need to highlight about this tank, the tank is actually good vehicle, right? Let's start from this. The tank is very, very good. There is no complaints for what the tank is capable of doing. Armor of this tank is nice. The DPM of this tank is very, very good. The gun handling though can be a big pile of poop, and sometimes gun handling can treat you like a disgusting kaku. This is obviously a sad part of all of this, but not much what we can change about that. I hope that our UDES would allow us to play over there because we have actual armor to play here. And now we can see what we can do, right? Good, we are sitting in the position where we want to play. Very, very, very nice. Now, the main idea of this tank is pretty much to be as aggressive as possible, right? This is very, very important. If it happened to be that you are meeting the tanks that has plenty of the armor like ISM, you are just loading gold, right? I believe that's fair and this is straightforward. So overall the tank has 400 alpha damage, which is good, it's nice, it's okay. Playing aggressively is possible with this tank. Not many vehicles would be able to sit like this in the middle of the field, if I can say so, and be successful while doing so, you know? Not many tanks could do that. I can see the dance of this ISM and he is saying please no, but mate, sorry, no can do. We need to do what we need to do and we need to show a bit of the dominance against you. I sincerely apologize, but this is not the place for you to play. I'm so sorry. Meanwhile, we can clearly see that Baza is using his gun to slap the living crap out of us, right? Not a big surprise, to be fair with you. Not the first time and not the last time. We are trying to punish this mother trucker and now we are trying to escape a bit. So, playing like this, you can look at this however you want to. There is not many tanks that can do the same thing as TS5 can, right? And just imagine the matchmaking against the tier 6s or tier 7s. You literally push W and you say blah, 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 and you can beat the living crap out of everyone. Plus, on top of that, you can defend yourself because you have pretty good DPM and whatnot, right? In other words, what I'm trying to say, TS5 is in a way as close as you can get for one-of-a-kind tank. And as an example, this 8015 is saying, you know what, I am going to show the dominance against you, and I'm going to say, dominate your ass yourself, okay? I do not want to talk about this, I do not want to discuss about this, get out of my game. You know? I mean, look at this. The 8015 supposed to have armor, and 8015 supposed to be, you know, that tank destroyer which can play aggressively. Compared to the TS5, 8015 is nothing. Nada. Fellas, 8015 is literally nothing. We humiliated this mother trucker, but once again, this is what TS5 can do, and this is the main reason why TS5 is in the list of this, you know, aggressive gameplay with a tank destroyer, or you're supposed to play aggressively with this vehicle. Now, if it happened to be that you are getting the tier 10 matchmaking, you need to be a bit more humble, okay? You cannot flex your muscle as you would be able to flex your muscle against the tier 8s or against the tier 7s or whatever else. You need to be a bit more humble, and you need to behave a bit, right? How to behave and how to do the things properly, well, answer is quite simple. All you need to do, you need to just simply be patient, right? Have a bit of the safer defense parameter, and you are going to be completely okay. You are going to be all right. It is not a bad thing. You cannot be top tier all the time, and you cannot expect to hit every elite shot with this 5, right? So where the gun goes, gun is also 50-50. I would not call this gun the best gun in the world of tanks, but if necessary, you know, if you have a good setup, which is probably ventilation, rammer, and improved aiming unit, or alternatively rotation device, you can be successful and you can do the things properly, right? At least this is how I look into all of this. And now, let's see how we can get some more use of all of this. As you can see, there is a Mr. ISM who is just politely waiting for us to slap this gentleman. We slapped him once, that's okay, and now we are going to escape from here. I'm not going to fight against him. The main reason being, why am I not going to fight against him? Because I know that enemies are coming from this side, right? And if I see that enemies are planning to make a bit of pressure just like so, I need to be a bit more humble and I need to behave a bit, right? That being said, we are feeling fine, we are going to be okay, we are just paying a humongous attention at our surroundings, and we are just trying to get as much free stuff as we physically and possibly can. And there is a lot of free stuff to be claimed, fellas. As you can see, the other mother trucker is going through the middle. Beautiful. Now Hori is saying I will be aggressive, and I'm saying I literally do not care about you being aggressive. Now Argashem is saying I want to aim at you, and I'm saying not today. We are slapping this guy. Now we are looking directly into the ISM. ISM is kind of shitting his pants, and we are out of the battle. Fellas, I can promise you that there is not many, if any, other tank destroyer which can survive for such a long time and beat the living crap out of the enemies in this type of situation. This is aggressive gameplay. This is not your typical triangle, hug the red line and have a great time. No. This tank destroyer is go in front, show who is the boss, and if the things are going south, or if the things are going sideways, you take the corner and you just try to knock out as many enemies as you physically and possibly can. This is what TS5 can do, and you can say whatever you want. This is beautiful. Okay, beautiful. This went perfectly, fellas. This is a game which could describe this vehicle extremely, extremely well. Obviously, not every game will look like this, but that was pretty amazing and pretty good. To get ace on the losing game, that's awesome. So looking into all of this, fellas, what this tank is capable of doing. 5.8 thousand damage, 200 assisting damage, solid ace wanker, high caliber. That was absolutely glorious what we have done. and we made this vehicle work very, very well. That's amazing, okay? Plus, on top of that, we made 91,000 credit profits, even though we do not have the credit boosters on, and we fired quite a bit of the gold ammunition. Nevertheless, in my humble opinion, fellas, TS5 definitely deserves the spot in the tier 8 premium tank destroyers made to play aggressively. For sure, this tank definitely deserves to be here. Let's go for round number 2, shall we? Round number 2 is with Almighty Turtle. I mean, Turtle is one of those tanks which definitely deserves a place in this list for sure. And some people would say that this tank is better than TS5. Some people would say TS5 is better than Turtle. The point being, the situation is still the same, right? By the way, if you want to see the ratings and whatnot, remember index page. I rated the Turtle 4, but community is rating the Turtle solid 5, and I think the Turtle ratings are better than the TS5 ratings, right? So you can always explore and you can always see what I say and what community is saying as well, right? All in all, the situation is pretty much the same with the Turtle as it is for TS5. It is created to play aggressively, it is created to find the enemy forces doing some silly goose mistakes and slapping them straight into the face. The Turtle alpha damage is lower, it's 330 alpha damage, but you still have a DPM and it is completely fine. Shell velocity 1050, the gold shell velocity 1200, which is better than the standard one, right? So that is great and that is a beautiful stuff, right? This is very, very nice. Meanwhile, we are going to get punished while crossing like this. Unfortunately, we cannot change absolutely anything about that, but we are fine. Now, how to play with the Turtle? The Turtle has the same gameplay as TS5, so that means you are not thinking about sniping from behind unless you are dealing against the tier 10s. Against the tier 10s, you need to be a bit more humble, okay? You need to get on the ground a bit, but the Turtle has a bit different selling point. The Turtle can perma-track the tank significantly easier because you are just simply reloading quicker, right? So you can stack damage relatively quick with this mother tracker, right? It is definitely important thing to highlight and to showcase. Now, it happened to be that we are having extremely nice matchmaking in this situation. We are fighting against the lower tiers. We are fighting against the tier 7s. And against the tier 7s, we can feel even better than we could feel in the previous game with the TS5, right? With the TS5, we had a tier 8 matchmaking. With this tank, we have a tier 7 matchmaking. Yes, we need to be a bit paranoid against the guys who are going to shoot the gold ammunition. And I can promise you that there is going to be some of them who are going to shred us in the face like there is no tomorrow. It is inevitable. It's just how it goes. It's just how it is. And there is nothing what we can change about this. This is World of Tanks for you, right? And whenever you are dealing against the gold ammunition, your armor is losing quite a bit of their value, but that's understandable. Now, if it happens to be that you are meeting the tanks like Tiger or light tanks, if they are not flanking you, you are feeling like a fish in the water and you are saying, no, what you said to me, do you want to have a conversation? That's it. You know, they cannot do too many things for us. To be fair with you, if we would have the same situation with TS5, TS5 would feel equally powerful as the Mr. Turtle does feel here, right? That is fair enough. Once again, tank is created to play aggressively and to punish enemies for their stupidity, and this tank is doing everything well. Good. Very, very good. Now, how we are going to deal with this and how we are going to make pressure over there. My goal is to eliminate the 1-2 TM from the game, and my goal is pretty much to finish everyone who is sitting in this area, and after that we can easily take higher ground. With a higher ground, it's going to be even more simple for us to eliminate them from the game, right? And this is exactly what we are looking for. Beautiful side shot, this guy is dead, excellent. And all we need to do at the moment we need to go on top of the hill and we need to say hello for Mr. Lansen or whoever else we are going to find in this situation. Maybe we are going to be able to say hi for Kiliana or MX or Challenger, you never know. So far, everything goes fine, and so far the aggressive gameplay is paying off. And this is our today's video purpose, right, fellas? So if you are looking for a premium tank destroyer that is capable of that is capable of playing aggressively, and you can show the dominance for the enemy forces, or you want to show the dominance for the enemy forces, this is what you want to play with, and this is what you want to look for whenever your next purchase for a premium tank is coming, right? In other words, I want to believe that those are the top dogs of the field, right? At least that's what I believe. Can we escape without taking one for the team? Yes, we can. And now there is many one-shots left for us to claim. 50-60p is down to fartable, Kiliana is down to fartable, only MX has a bit of the hit points, but to be fair with you, I'm not really paranoid about the tier 7. That tier 7 is nothing for us, so we can simply farm him like there is no tomorrow. That's what we can do, and that's what we are doing. For Mr. Kiliana, we are going to load the gold ammunition, and we can see that the guy is turning towards us. We are not too paranoid, we are aiming to Cupola. Unfortunately, we are missing the shot, and Kiliana penetrated us very well. There is nothing what we can change there. I'm trying to hit him once again. Unfortunately, I'm failing to do so. Let's try to do that once again. Unfortunately, we are not penetrating him, and now I need to figure out how to do something else. Kiliana, in my opinion, can definitely slap this tank just because of how much of the penetration this tank has, but once again, it doesn't change too many things. At this point, all we want to do, we want to be super aggressive and we want to eliminate this guy first. Absolutely glorious. Now we should have a bit better position for Kiliana, right? Although, once again, we need to keep this in mind that this mother trucker is looking at us, and there is two Artas as well, and it's never ever fun to get slapped by the Arta. We eliminated the Mr. Cow, all we can hear is moo, and at this point we want to eliminate the Kiliana as well, but we need to be smart how we are going to approach him, so we are going to go just like so, and luckily we eliminated him before Arta eliminated us. Beautiful play. I think we have done the things properly. I think we played this game well, and even though the result isn't as great as it was with the S5, it is a still beautiful game. And once again, the most important thing what this tank is highlighting is aggression. Pure aggression, fellas, and pure pressure. Beautiful. And we are coming back from the game. Luckily, our team managed to beat the living crap out of the clickers. I know unexpected. Who could imagine that? And that is one good performance, fellas. 6 kills, 3,700 damage, 200 assisting damage, the second class, the Top Gun, a high caliber. That was a beautiful game. And we got ourselves 88,000 profits. Now, to compare those two tanks, TS5 and Turtle, I like TS5 more. It's more my type of tank, but Turtle can work as well, and I believe many people like Turtle more than TS5. And now, last but not least, are you excited about the last tank? I'm not, but I'm going to play it anyways. Let's go. And the last but not least tank in the list is Vipera. Now, Vipera, I was truly thinking about the Vipera. The Vipera belongs here, but this tank cannot snipe for Kaku. This tank is useless sniper schnitzel. You shouldn't even try to do that, right? In other words, this tank has only one gameplay, and this is to go in front and to slap the living crap out of the enemies. Now, one highlight. I think this tank is the worst out of the tanks which we currently have in the list, right? Just to make it clear, TS5 is better and the Turtle is better than Vipera. Now, Vipera is a tank. It has autoloader, but once again, it works very weird as a tank. It takes you 30 seconds plus to have a magazine on, and you have 5 in the mag, right? But there is always a twist. With Italian tank destroyers, you do not really have that great of the burst fire where the DPM goes, so you have a long reload, and after that you do not have burst fire. So you are reloading for 6 seconds pretty much each shell, which is quite disgusting and it's quite no bueno in my opinion, but hey, what do I know? It's only me, right? Maybe some of you are sniping with a tank and you are being successful. I did not manage to do that. For me, I was missing most of the shells, right? It's just how it goes and it's just how it feels. Now, gun handling. Like I started saying, it is piece of caco. You cannot do that. The armor of this tank isn't bad. You can play with it aggressively and you can show the dominance. Obviously, a lot of things are depending on the matchmaking that you are getting. For example, if you are playing against the tier 9s and those tier 9s are spamming gold at you, you can dream about your armor, you know? In fact, I'm going to load the gold instantly, because difference between the gold standard ammunition is 220, gold is 264. So gold is obviously better. Who could have expected that, right? Crazy, fellas, crazy. Aiming to cupola. You know what? Luckily, we do not need to aim to cupola because we can see the tank side. Whew. That was close. I mean, I thought we would actually need to aim to cupola. That would have been a nightmare. That would not be very, very good, would it be? So, in this situation, we are playing in the heavy line like a crazy, magnificent mother truckers, and we are just waiting until this concept 1B will overpeak like this. That's all we need for a full happiness. Now, with any other autoloader, we would catch this guy on the track and we would farmed him, right? Vipera isn't your typical autoloader. Vipera is a bit different mother trucker, and you have a bit different gameplay, to say that the least, right? You are treating this tank as a single shooter in a way, and after that, whenever you feel like you do not have anything to do for next 30 seconds, you are just going on the reload, right? And obviously you can play mind games with enemies, as an example, shooting 4 and then going on the reload, so enemies are still afraid because you have one in the magazine, but in reality you are already reloading. You can do some mind games as well with this tank, but you know, it's up to you. How do you want to play the game and how do you want to do the things? Meanwhile, we have a tier 9 mother trucker over there. We managed to slap him without bigger problems whatsoever. That's great. This is what I want to see, and this is what I am looking for. Beautiful. Very, very, very nice. Can we get some more? This is the question. Slowly but surely trying to find a bit better angle to punish this VK. Unfortunately, I'm failing at it, but it's okay. We have all time in the world of tanks, and unfortunately, we missed another shot. Once again, the gun handling is as bad as you can get. That's a proper way to describe this vehicle. Skill, would you say TS5 gun handling is better? Yes. Skill, would you say the turtle gun handling is better? Yes. I would say it is definitely the case. By any shape, by any form, those gun handlings are not ideal for a tank destroyer standards, right? But this one is definitely just beyond Kaku, if we can describe it in this way. This is beyond Kaku, fellas. Okay. How we could do this and how we could get involved. As you can see, we are not instantly making pressure like there is no tomorrow. I just don't see why would I do that. I feel like it is way too risky of the play for us, right? So I am sitting in the heavy line. I am relatively close to slap the living crap out of the enemies, but in the same time, I do not really want to play in the open field over there, just because what kind of matchmaking we have and that we are dealing against the higher tiers, right? So I want to be smart. How am I going to play this game? It is important. Meanwhile, Mr. VK, how are you doing this fine day? We slapped him once. This is only the start because we can slap him twice. Very, very nice. Now VK is thinking, what is wrong with this Viper? A bloody gold noob, I do not understand. We slapped him 3 times, that's absolutely amazing, and maybe if we are going to be lucky, we can eliminate him from the game. We did, and we are going on the reload instantly. I'm not thinking too much. All I want to do, I want to have another clip if it is possible, and I would be very, very satisfied and very happy. How we are going to attempt to do this clip, whenever we are going to finish the reload, we are just going to go for remaining of the forces, just like this, you know? I do not feel like we could do anything else in this situation. So we are going in. Meanwhile, 5 seconds left. That is okay. There is a big chance he is not going to penetrate us, even though he did. We are eliminating his this mother trucker from the game, and now we can simply play the game. Char Futur is trying to flank our forces. We are taking our time to aim for a cupola. Luckily, we did that, or actually not cupola, but the track. Another shot, I do not even know what happened. This is clearly the game lag, fellas. This is not a fail from my side, which is okay. Sometimes it happens. What can you do? And we are eliminated. Now, once again, it is not a horrible game, and yes, this tank is created to play aggressively, but once again, everything needs to be calculated, right? Everything. In this situation, this is as good as it will get for us. At least that's what I want to believe. And this is decent enough score for this vehicle, to be fair with you. Once again, 3,200 isn't horrible, you know? Now, fellas, please let me know in the comment section down below, do you want to see more of this? Because I have an ideas for heavy tanks, for tank destroyers, for medium tanks and everything. But I will try to do my best to showcase the tanks that are the most worth to purchase, right? So I am not planning to promote the tanks which you could do something, but you are not really good at it, right? You get the point what I'm saying. So, for example, if, let's say, there is a for Leopard 1 lover, someone loves Leopard 1 with all his heart, you can suggest for a person to get Schmutz or Mutz or however you would call it, but it's not the best tank. There is better options, right? So that's what we can do. Meanwhile, 3,200 damage, 400 assisting damage. I am feeling very, very fine how we play this game. We scored first by experience, we scored second by the damage, and we got 19,000 profits. Now, probably the aggressive play goes. Once again, I wish to say I could have played a bit more aggressive over there, but that would be pretty much putting signature to our death pact. It would not be as good as I would love to, right? So this is very, very, very important thing to see and to say. Overall, the session was successful. The best game was with TS5, after that Turtle, and after that Vipera. Not a big surprise. I hope you enjoy this type of hopefully different content, or hopefully more refreshing content. Many more of this to come, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And do you agree with my picks? Do you think something else is worth to be more on top? As an example, the KV4 KTTS or Jack Tiger prototype or something? What do you think, fellas? Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and see you very, very soon. Skills out for today.